The more Merab and Umar interviews I see drop, the more certain I come to the conclusion that Umar is gonna beat Merab the Baller Shilly. And it's all usually mental stuff. Like, we're seeing the mental game. We're seeing how flustered Merab is. We're seeing how unbothered Umar is. But this, in the Michael Bisping interview, it showed me that not only is he mentally like losing the mental battle, like clearly Umar's a little bit more confident, not a little bit more confident. Umar's a lot more confident, a lot more level-headed. I'm not saying Merab's not confident, but as far as the game plan goes, like, I always wondered what's Merab's approach gonna be, because yeah, Merab does go and perform well against like some good competitors. You know what I'm saying? He goes in there and overwhelms them, but the whole basis to that is his wrestling. Now, thank Michael Bisping for asking this question, because this is the question that I feel like what everyone's wondering. And pretty much what Bisping asks him here is like, you guys are both great wrestlers, both exceptional wrestlers. Like, we've seen in the past, when two wrestlers are really good at wrestling, what happens? They stand and strike. Now, I want you to look up Merab's response to this when Michael Bisping asked me. I'm going to play the clip right now.
When I look at your style and I look at his style, he's a good wrestler, you're a good wrestler. A lot of the time in the UFC, when two wrestlers fight each other, a lot of the time they cancel each other out and the fight ends up on the feet. Is that a scenario that you think might come true, or you don't think about that?
Maybe. Because yeah, you're right. We may. I mean, I'm ready for striking. You know, I'm really training for like you know, I'm not gonna looking for take him down, control, like lay on top like O'Malley. You know, I'm going to punch his face, kick his legs, and yeah, keep in the feet, and I'm gonna show good fight. It's gonna be great fight, you know. Even it's gonna be a lot of scrapping, a lot of exchanges, lots of.
Yeah, Merab asked session. We get the point, but I want to highlight what he says there. He says, "Okay, yeah, you're right. That is true. You're right. Blah blah blah. I'm gonna punch his face. I'm gonna kick his legs. I'm not gonna just sit there and hold him like I did against O'Malley." Now, that's a problem, and that's a big problem. The best performances Merab has had against even great strikers, great well-rounded fighters like Peter Yan, Jose Aldo, Sugar, it was all based off his wrestling. His wrestling's what saved him there. Did he outland Aldo? Did he outland Sugar, I think, on total strikes? Did he outland Peter Yan and stuff? Yes. But why did he outland all those people? It was due to his wrestling. So what happened? He used his wrestling to open this up. Now, the fact that he says, yeah, I'm not going to just go in there and try to hold on to Umar. No, you should do that. If I'm Merab, I'm doing that. If Merab falls into the delusion, and I don't know, Michael Bisping didn't intentionally do this to like set him up, but if Merab falls into the delusion that he can strike with Umar, this fight is already over before it started. Like, this fight is over. Like, this fight should just be canceled. Like, bro, if I'm Aljo, if I'm one of his coaches, I'm canceling the fight immediately after I just seen what he just said. This is the worst case scenario. Like, I look at this fight as if I'm a Merab fan, well, I am a Merab fan, but if I was very urgent on Merab winning this fight, I would say you have to go in there and you have to put the pressure and the wrestling and the relentless attitude that you're known to have. That's what's going to beat him. The way he did fight Sugar, though, even though when he took Sugar down, he did have moments where like he would take Sugar down and kind of control him for like a little bit. He was very passive. Look at how he was circling the ring against Sugar. And like, yeah, what opened up everything, of course, it was his takedown attempts from like being outrange and shooting. But against Umar, who's a lot more comfortable in the wrestling department than Sugar Sean O'Malley, if you're staying in that hesitant range, you're trying to play like, oh, let's point fight a little bit, Umar could sit on the outside and have a field day. I'm talking like a dollar field day. Just kicking him from outside, kicking him outside, kicking him from range, and just absolutely battering him. And that's when the fight's it's gonna let the fight go. And he keeps saying stuff like, you can see how he's like kind of reacting to this. He's like, this fight's definitely gonna be one of the hardest fights. It's gonna be a great fight. I believe he's saying this because he understands that if that scenario does happen, if Michael Bisping's right in the sense that their wrestling cancels out and they're forced to strike, Merab knows he can't strike with Umar. Like, it's almost like, say Sugar Sean had this is an extreme example, but Umar did outstrike Corey Sandhagen, right? It's a fact. Say Sugar had like a really good wrestling base, like and could defend intelligently, and like Merab was fighting him that way, Sugar would be more comfortable like striking and getting close into range. Because even Sugar was kind of hesitant in that fight. Umar's not going to be that hesitant. Umar's striking, he's so comfortable throwing kicks at range and doing all this stuff, because if takedowns do present himself, he's okay with scrapping and scrambling. He has great scrambling. He's a Nurmagomedov, for God's sakes. Like, he's not going to be so anti, oh, I'm so scared to wrestle, so let me just keep my range too. This would be the worst case scenario for Merab, and I feel like he's doing himself a disjustice if he doesn't go out there and wrestle. Like, he shouldn't respect Umar's wrestling. The second Merab has respect for Umar's wrestling, the fight's over. If he has respect, fight's done. Like, that's how I see the fight. If he goes in there and is like, I respect his wrestling too much, so I'm not going to wrestle him, you've lost the fight. You've absolutely lost the fight. It's almost like, you guys remember when Hamza like went in there against Gilbert Burns in the first round, he took him down, but then like Gilbert Burns threw up one submission, and Hamza was like, yeah, I'm not wrestling him the rest of the fight. And then Hamza almost like got knocked out by Gilbert Burns in the second round, and then had a tough third round because he had too much respect for the grappling of Gilbert Burns. Now in the Usman fight, he did something good. Even though it was getting tough, he still never gave up on the wrestling and took down Usman every single round, 1, 2, and 3, because he trusted himself, and ultimately that control time got him there. So him saying, yeah, I'm not going to try to control him like I did Sugar, you're doing the wrong thing. You should try to control him. That is the best case scenario for Merab Dvalishvili. So not only from a mental standpoint, I look at this fight and I'm like, Merab this is not looking good. But now from like a game plan standpoint, like if he can't respect Umar Nurmagomedov. And I'm not saying Umar Nurmagomedov doesn't deserve respect. Of course he deserves respect, but Merab has to trust his skills are better than Umar's. He has to trust he's the better grappler. He has to trust that 9 times out of 10, he's going to shoot those takedowns, and even if he doesn't score, he's overwhelming him. He should just go in there and try to wrestle Umar against the fence, hold him there for a good amount of time and land some strikes, because that's when Merab's striking opens up, when he establishes that takedown threat. But if the wrestling cancels out and they're both like kind of just avoiding the wrestling and they're just striking, I guarantee it'll be a 50-45 masterclass for Umar Nurmagomedov. Now, not only is that what I'm worried about, like there's still more mental games, and there's some mental aspects that I still need to cover. So this interview was posted a day ago by Bisping. Another video, this guy was busy yesterday, he must have been, because he had another interview with Schmo, and I want you to look at how he's still taking like the whole, Umar's disrespecting me, man. Like, Umar, dude, he's just not cool. He's being rude, dude. And I just think it's funny. I just want you guys to look at what Schmo acts and like how Merab reacts.
But talk to us for a second. There's been a lot of bad blood heading into this fight. What's going to be the headline? What are people going to be saying the day after this fight if you're victorious and it's and still?
Bro, I'm just gonna make him humble. I think Umar is spoiled little baby, you know, and he's being disrespectful. You can go on his X Twitter and you guys all see how he disrespect champion. So
you can't.
But I'm just gonna prove it. I don't want to talk. I just wanna do it. January 18, I'm just gonna prove it. I'm working really hard, and you guys know every time I fight against. You guys know every time I fight against top contenders, I make them look easy. So I think I will do the same again.
That's true. Like against Peter Yan, top contender. But like, why do you make it look easy? Back to my point of he uses wrestling. He didn't respect Yan's wrestling coming back, etc. So his wrestling opened up a lot of stuff. So he's right. He does make people look easy, but it's because like that wrestling that I was bringing up. Now let me go to a Umar interview that was posted today by Shaq MMA, and this was pretty much what Shaq MMA here was asking was so because Merab threatened he's gonna smack. This is a dumb idea. Oh, that would be such a dumb idea unless they want the Nurmagomedov to jump the corner. But he said he was going to smack him after the fight if he doesn't apologize, this, that, and the third. And then this is what Umar's response is to all the disrespect allegations that has been getting like thrown around. I'm going to go ahead and move my camera so you guys can see Umar's face in reaction to this.
Should you say sorry to Merab? I know he wants an apology. Do you think there's anything to apologize for?
I don't see about what I have to say sorry.
Mm-hmm.
For what?
I'm not sure. I haven't seen you say anything disrespectful.
He hasn't.
Nobody's seen.
Why do you think he accepted? Oh, sorry. Go on.
He created this because he needs some reason to hate me, and he needs reason to maybe to bring his followers, his fans to support him. And he talking. I said something about his country. Maybe his Georgians people will think I said something about Georgia, and they will support him more. but I never said bad thing about Georgian, you know,
Facts.
or Georgia. You know, it's and I'm the person who think country is always perfect, and people is like you can't say some people like national very bad. It's I don't know like who talking like that. They stupid guys, you know.
I agree.
So, like, bro, just look at the way Umar's handling that situation. I look at the way he's handling it. I'm like, he's not bothered. And everything he said was right. I don't believe, trust me, deep down, I don't think Merab hates this guy. He might feel like he hates him. He might feel like there's some kind of animosity with Umar that he can't stand him. But the truth of the matter is he's doing it to mentally build himself up and get himself to that place that, like, I got to beat this guy or it's over for me. You guys remember, I don't know if people remember this. I don't know why I'm laughing, but remember when Merab said, like, if Peter Yan would have beat me, I would have myself? Because Peter Yan before the fight was, like, pushing him in the throat, actually talking shit, saying he was zero, all this stuff. Umar's not doing all that. Umar's not shoving him in the throat when he see him in face-offs. Umar's not talking shit like Yan was. And then he did go out there and beat the brakes out of Yan. Let's be real. But with Umar, I feel like he's trying to get himself into that mental, like, mindset that, like, yeah, he's doing what Yan did. He's saying I'm zero. He's disrespecting me. He's pushing me. He's smacking me in the face. I got to beat this guy up. But in reality, Umar's just sitting there as like a chill guy, man. Hands in pocket, bro. Yeah, dude, I'm just chilling, dude. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, what Umar said, whatever it takes for Merab to be mentally prepared, if it takes him gaslighting himself, then it is what it is. But I'm gonna keep playing it because I want to go to the part where Shaq asked him that what would you do if Merab pretty much smacks him after the fight, because Merab did threaten to smack him in the face if Umar does not apologize.
Next question, I'll get back to this one, brother. Merab did say, sorry, this will be the last thing about the drama. He said that he might even slap you after the fight if you don't apologize. What?
We're gonna see how he gonna do it. You know, you honor your words before you said. After that, your words honor you. You know what you said, that honor you. We're gonna see how he gonna do this.
And another unbothered reaction by Umar. Now, I understand. Shout out Shaq. Shaq's just asking the question to ask the questions, but, like, he was trying to see, like, how Umar will react. Like, most people would be like, what? Oh, you gonna smack me? Let's see him do something. Umar just, again, casual, nonchalant, you know, just a chill guy, dude. He's just taking it in stride. He's not bothered. Like, Merab with all these threats, he's gonna do this. If we're being real, who's actually the disrespectful one here, chat? Is it Umar or is it Merab? Let's be real. And I'm not trying to glaze. I like both fighters, but, of course, one guy's definitely being more disrespectful. But the guy getting accused for all the disrespect is really just chilling. He's really just minding his business. But like I said, whatever Merab needs. But what these interviews I've been watching from both the guys I'm telling me right now is that, one, Merab is mentally out of it. Umar's more mentally comfortable in himself. And then two, Merab's whole game plan of that he thinks, like, if the wrestling cancels out, he believes in his striking against Umar. That's another faulty game plan that I just don't like it for Merab. So the more I keep saying this fight's 50-50, but the more I see them talking, and I know that Merab is going through a leg injury. People keep telling me to cover that in a video. I do see it. Trust me, I see it. I know. They're both not healthy, so I don't want to give anyone an advantage over illnesses. But, like, listen, the best man's gonna win this fight. This is what I believe, and I feel like the better man in the night is gonna be Umar Nurmagomedov. But let me know what you guys think about this overall situation, bro. Like I said, I think Merab is done before the fight even starts. I think Umar's ready, but at the end of the day, they're both talented fighters, and the fight can go any way. But Merab better wrestle. Let me just say, Merab, someone needs to tell you to wrestle if you want to make this competitive, because if you don't, this is gonna be the most one-sided championship fight in arguably UFC history. But let me know what you guys think down below. That's it for me, and God bless. 2, 3, 4.